I want to tell you the story of someone from Malaysia, and she is a double diamond director. She has had so much experience, she works so hard, and where does she get that energy? Where does she get that power? How does she fuel herself? You're about to find out. Please help me welcome Steffi Chia.
Hello Hello Kevin，
Hi
你好。
Steffi. 你好 Steffi. Steffi 你
Hello, Steffi. Where are you? I'm in Malaysia. So, Kuala Lumpur? Yes, Kuala Lumpur. You look wonderful today. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for hosting the event. All these wonderful words and the event. Thank you, Kevin. And also, good day to everyone, my dear Jeunesse family members. My name is Steffi. I'm in Kuala Lumpur. And yes, just like all of you, most of you, I've been grounded for almost 2 years. I couldn't leave my home. I couldn't leave Malaysia. And I really miss you. And thanks to technology, we can still join this worldwide event online. And actually, this is my 9th year in Jeunesse. This is my 9th expo. Actually, I joined Jeunesse when I was 28. At that time, I owned my own salon. I had 3 salon shops. At that time, I mean, joining Jeunesse was a big decision because before joining Jeunesse, it was really traditional business, brick and mortar, really a small team, my employees. So it was easy to manage. But in Jeunesse, I have to learn to manage a big team with diverse backgrounds from different countries. So that's really a lot for me to learn. And of course, I'm so grateful to everyone. I have transformed from someone that is new to almost everything in Jeunesse to now that I have expanded my team to different countries. So from the experiences I had, I think the best lesson learned is what I'm going to share today. It's really about team building and synergy. And I think this is something that everyone is eager to know more. And as you all know, in Jeunesse, what we want really is a passive income. By definition, after years of dedication, even though you're not working every day, money comes to you. That's how I define passive income. So speaking of passive, it's not easy. It's not just selling. It takes your team, a team like family. So it takes a team to work together, then you can have this passive income. So I believe many of you, maybe you're new to Jeunesse, all of you are curious about how to build a passionate, enthusiastic team in which everyone is spontaneous to complete their duties. So please raise your hand if you agree with me, even though I cannot see your face, but I believe this is something of great interest to everyone.
Next, I would like to talk to you about how we can achieve our goals. Actually, when you have a team, let me put it this way. When you first start out, when I first started out as a Sapphire, I was looking at Kevin and he really recognized all the different Sapphires from different markets. And when he tried his best to pronounce their names, it really touched me because I remember 9 years ago, before I became a Sapphire, I set out my mind to become a leader on my team. So regardless of where you are, even if you're just a distributor who just started out, if you set your mind to it, if you change your mindset and think of yourself as a leader of your team, if you're the locomotive, if you're the driver of your team, regardless of what your rank is, you are going to bring about change. Roll up your sleeves and do your best. So if you can do that and work as a team, it's not just about talking, it's about getting out and do your job. it's not just about getting together and having a meal or chatting together. You have to actually drive towards the same goal, the same direction, and have mutual support. Only then can you become an actual team. And in my past 9 years, I have also come to realize that within your team, you can see many friends, many family, but no one is perfect. There are no perfect individuals, only perfect teams. And we all came from different backgrounds, different academic background, different expertise, different specialty, and we should try our best to strengthen everyone's strengths, to magnify our strengths so that we work with each other, we complement each other, and we build up our team. Because only a united team can achieve great results. You have to work towards the same goal, and only then can you achieve 1 + 1 greater than 2. And what do I mean by 1 + 1 greater than 2? So maybe you have heard of when the birds, migratory birds, when they fly, they form this V shape. So it's really remarkable. But why do they fly in this V-shaped pattern? When they fly together in this formation, they can fly much longer and more efficiently, up to 70% more efficiently than flying on their own. So when these birds fly together, they fly longer. Because when you fly alone, you get tired. You get exhausted. But when you fly in a team, these wild goose, when they fly in a formation, they can support each other. And it's the same with us people. We have to work in formation. We have to work in a team. And it doesn't matter how good you are, even if you have really good abilities and good knowledge, if you don't work in a team, you're not going to make it. So regardless of what academic background you have, what experience you have, as long as you can work in a team and you can supplement and complement each other, you can achieve your goals. But the key point is that you must work together and trust each other. And based on my 9 years of experience, I can also tell you that there are 6 main points. 6 main points. The first, very important, that is, you have to lead by example. If you want a fast-moving train, the locomotive is very important. So the team can only move as fast as how fast the leader is moving. So when you are the leader, you have to take the lead. And when you think of yourself as a leader, what you have to do, regardless of how many members are there in your team, it could be 1 or 2 members, it could be hundreds of members. But regardless of the size of your team, you have to lead by example. And as a leader, it's very, very example that you set the bar and you don't just talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. You have to take the lead. So whenever there are different promotions, different events with Jeunesse, or for example, these incentive travels, right? You have to take the lead. And even cash bonuses as well, take the lead. As a leader, you're not just there to tell people what to do. You show them. You take the initiative. You are the first and show them what to do, how to do it. So in my past 9 years, whenever there are any promotions, travels, cash bonuses, I am always the first one to qualify, just so that I can show my team. I can show my team, and it's like that saying goes, monkey see, monkey do. Of course, I'm not saying that team members are monkeys, but when your members look at you as a leader, if you are rolling up your sleeves and working hard, it's going to be infectious. It's going to be contagious. It's going to rub off on your team members. So when you're leading, you have to take the lead, and you have to put in more effort than your team members. Not the same amount. You have to do more. You have to pick up things that others are unwilling to do. You have to do things that others may not even notice. Small things build up. They build up to great results. And the second thing is that, also very important, you must have trust and respect within your team. So as leaders, it's very important that all members within your team, they are the best that you have. And when you believe in that, when they have results, you have to give them credit. Whenever anything happens, anything good happens, you give them the credit and you applaud them, because without your team members, you have no results. All results are thanks to your team members. So whenever you're faced with challenges as leaders, you shouldn't place blames. It's like one Chinese saying goes, when you point your finger at others, you're only pointing one finger at another person. The other four fingers are pointing back at yourself. So do not try to place blames on others. You give credits to others, but you take the blames. When the things are not going your way, don't blame others. Sit down and analyze what went wrong. And if you trust and respect and care about each other, and you recognize all your team members, make them feel that. Make them feel your sincerity, your authenticity. And you have to take action. You have to show that. Don't just talk. And if you can do that, you can build a great team. And this is something that I have really experienced. And I remember this quote: coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. This quote is really, really great. And I completely agree. I cherish my experience with everyone. So we have been to over 30 countries with my team. And when we started out as a team, we were strangers. We were complete strangers. But this brought us together. And even under the pandemic, when we could not travel, we couldn't fly around like the past, we were still able to use Zoom meetings. We can use phone calls. We can use a lot of FaceTime to have these multilateral meetings and care about your team members so that every step along the way, they feel supported, they feel guided, they feel that we're learning and improving together. So when you build this caring atmosphere, this caring environment, people open up and people can grow together. And another thing that is very important, that is, you must let your team members feel that they are an integral part to your team. They are an essential part of your team. So again, no matter where they came from, based on my 9 years of experience, I can tell you that you can never know where great results may come from. We have heard a lot of great stories where maybe an ordinary single mother who used to be a cab driver, but with Jeunesse, she was able to create a great team. And it is something that is extraordinary about Jeunesse. This extraordinary business opportunity can give ordinary people extraordinary developments. So it's important that, like I said, you must have communication. It could be, no, you can call it a meeting or a gathering, but try to have regularly scheduled team communications. So you communicate with each other in large groups, in small groups, or even one-on-one. Just continue to communicate and care about your team members. So as a team leader, you need to be a good listener. You have to listen, actively listen. When you're willing to listen to your team members, and no matter what challenges they may be facing, just listen and give them guidance, give them advice. And I'm sure that sometimes your team members, they get stuck. But if you go in there and help them. Don't think about anything else. Don't think that, oh, I am above you, this is beneath me, I shouldn't help you. Don't think that way. Go help them, and you can help them break through that bottleneck, and you can all grow together. And fourthly, you need to set clear goals. So oftentimes, I can tell you in the past, I thought having these meetings, these online events, and that's it. That's enough. But there are a lot of new recruits. They don't really know what to do. They act like they do, but they don't. They don't know what's expected of them. So it's important that you set clear goals for them. You let them know very clearly what they need to do. And when you have these one-on-one, if you can schedule one-on-one meetings with them, you can get to know if they actually know or they just act like they know. Because sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? So it's important that you spend 15 minutes or so getting in these one-on-one meetings, setting up clear goals for your team members. So regardless of whether you want to be a sapphire, a ruby, an emerald, it takes one step at a time, one small goal at a time. So when you place all these small goals together, they act like building blocks to build towards a greater goal. So wow, if you can build up these small goals together, like my team, because I set up clear goals with my team, over 300 people on my team. When we had the incentive travel last time, when we traveled to Iceland, 300 people from my team qualified for that travel. So you must let them know what your goals are for them. Set clear goals, small goals, achievable goals. And next, it's very important that doing this business, you need to really think of it as a business. And I can tell you, I used to work in cosmetics, and my husband is a doctor. And initially, I thought, well, should I think of Jeunesse as a business or just a side gig? But I took it seriously. I took it as an international business. It's an international entrepreneur or enterprise. Only when you can think of it this way can you stand taller and see farther. You have to get into the right mindset, the right positioning. And only when you have this vision can you provide the correct guidance to your team members. Of course, different people may do things differently, but you need to provide vision and advice to your team members. When you have vision, you can have strategy. You need to see the bigger picture. And lastly, also very, very importantly, in Jeunesse, like we said, we can travel together, right? We can travel abroad together as a team. So that's really, really appealing. That's very attractive. So with Jeunesse, you can have these passive incomes. You can work with your team and celebrate with your team and travel the world together. So in my past 9 years, I've been to so many places. It's truly, truly great. And it's not just traveling. It's like 6-star traveling, more than 5 stars. And it's all paid for by Jeunesse. So we were able to travel together, and we had all these great memories, great photos too. And we all want to be recognized for our hard work. Everyone wants to be recognized. So what we have to do is make sure that when we achieve our goals, when we achieve our missions, please make sure that your team is celebrated. You give them a sense of accomplishment, a sense of honor. It's not just about, well, we are happy, we did this together. Make sure that we enhance team synergy. When you enhance team synergy, the team will work even more closely than ever, closer than ever. So I would like to share with you, Jeunesse, it's really more simple than you think. As long as you are willing to treat your team members like your family. Of course, family members, sometimes they have disputes, they fight or have arguments. But at the end of the day, your family, you understand each other, you you communicate with each other, and then you can grow together. So I hope that you guys can be like this rocket, right? Like this rocket, we can ignite and we can launch off into the skies, into the stars. That's what I would like to share with you. So thank you all again. And I hope that in the future, we can see all of you in different travel destinations. Thank you.